Hi everyone, welcome to today's class. My name is Yip, this is Sophie. We'll be doing a yin practice today, and I'm going to invite you to start laying down on your backs. And if you have anything close by, like a brick or a pillow or a block, you can choose to place it on your lower back, so sort of a supported bridge situation. So place your feet on the ground, lift your hips up, and then you can land either on the long side, or if you want to place it a bit higher, you can put it on the medium setting, or if you have a pillow close by, just go for that. You can straighten the feet out if that feels comfortable for you. However, it's also fine to keep your legs, your feet planted onto your mat and keep the knees bent. So see what works for you today. And then start to tune in to the breath, meaning bringing your awareness to your breath, seeing how that feels. Maybe naturally slowing your breath down. See if you can lengthen your breath by 1 or 2 counts, depending on how many counts you are. Of course, I can't tell that. So breathing in slowly. And then exhaling slowly. And on your exhale, feel your body relax. Feel the tension ease up. Really tell your body, your mind, that it's okay to let go. So feel your body fill up with your breath on the inhale, and let everything go on the exhale. So we're going to be doing a yin practice followed by a meditation. And during yin, what we're looking for, because we're holding postures for longer periods of time, you want to try to be as still as possible in a posture. So try not to come in and out of the posture or fidget. And to make that more easy, you want to find your appropriate depth. So you don't want to move in maybe to your maximum, instantly finding your edge, because that might make it more difficult to stay in a posture for the time that we're going to be in it, or it's going to be difficult for you to be really still and surrendering. So try to let your body guide you instead of your mind. The mind might tell you, oh, you have to be super flexible, you have to go in super far, which is really not true. The benefits of the postures don't depend on your flexibility. Reminding you that yoga is for everybody, so not just a certain body type or certain flexibility, gender, color. It's for everyone. So please keep that in mind when you practice this sort of westernized obsession with flexibility and achievement. You can let that go. See if there's anything right now that is sort of playing around in your mind that's bugging you. And on the exhale, see if you can try to exhale it out, let it go. If you want to, you can breathe in deeply through the nose and exhale it out through the mouth. Really releasing whatever it is that you're holding on to. We're going to do that a couple more times. So inhale. Three more. Inhale. Two more. final time. If you want to, you can really make a sound at home. I can't hear you. Inhale. Hopefully feeling as if you could let go of some tension. Slowly start to bend your knees and place your feet about hip distance apart on the mat. Start to push into your feet and gently start to move your hips towards the ceiling, removing anything that was below you. And then slowly, slowly rolling down, vertebra by vertebra, back onto the mat. Straightening out the legs again. And taking your hands above your head. You can make this into a little stretch if you want to, or big stretch, of course. Point your toes all the way through the body. We're going to keep our hands there. And then we're going to walk our feet towards the left. If you want to cross over your right foot over your left ankle, you can. Or maybe you're just going to walk to the edge of your mat. And then you're going to wiggle your shoulders and your hands, your arms also towards the left until you look a little bit like a banana facing the left way. You feel your hip pushing gently towards the right. And hopefully a lengthening feeling through that entire left side of your body. If you want to grab hold of your left wrist with your right arm, you can. But try to refrain here from pulling yourself too much. Gently just moving into the posture, into the practice. And start to bring your awareness back to the breath. It's okay if sometimes we lose that awareness a little bit when we move into postures or when we get a bit sidetracked by thoughts. But see if you can then bring it back. So breathing into that side body, feeling as if every inhale opens the body up more, creating space from the inside out. Opening up the hip and the armpit. And maybe another place where you're feeling this in your body right now. Take your time. So if you find it difficult to stay with the breath, maybe you can say inhale or exhale. Or maybe you can count your breath. Maybe you want to aim for around 5 or 6 counts in and 5 or 6 counts out. Another option you have is to focus on what you feel on the inhale. So really tune into where you feel that in your body. So the rising of the chest, the expansion of the rib cage. And then on the exhale, you can feel the contraction of your body, but really make it really conscious. Where am I feeling this? And if you feel any tightness in any areas in the body, see if you can direct the breath there. So for instance, say that right now you can feel that rib cage and the hips a little bit, and it feels rather tight. So start to visualize, focus your awareness on that area in the body and the expansion of it on the inhale. And on the exhale, the relaxing of the muscles. A few more breaths here. And then gently you can release your wrist, you can uncross the ankles and wiggle yourself back to the center. You can take your arms down for a moment if the shoulders feel like they need that. Palms facing upwards. And feel the connection of your body to the mat. We're looking for a grounding sensation, calming us down out of the mind into the body. So really feel every part of your body that's connected to the mat. Feel your heels and your ankles, calves, legs, butt, hips, lower back, upper back, shoulders, arms, head, everything. Try to really tune into the sensations of the connection of the floor, with the floor. Inhale your arms overhead. And then start to walk your feet towards the right hand side. Maybe crossing your left foot over the right this time. And maybe not. See what your body tells you. And then start to wiggle shoulders and arms towards the right hand side as well. Maybe grabbing hold of that left arm with the the left wrist with the right hand. Gentle sensation of the left hip pushing out towards the left and opening alongside the whole left side of the body. Sometimes I get my lefts and rights mixed up, sorry for that. Still human, even though we teach yoga. A yoga class, I meant. Breathing into your rib cage, into the armpit and the hip. Did you lose that awareness of the breath? And if that happens, don't beat yourself up. Don't be like, oh, I told you, you suck at this. Ah. Try to soothe the inner critic. Let the inner critic take a back seat maybe and say, hey, thank you that you always try to protect me. Really grateful. I know that you're trying to help. But actually, I got this. And try to speak to yourself in a nicer, more soothing way. If you lose the awareness or the connection to your breath for a moment, you're only human. It's part of it. False expectation that you would be completely conscious of your breath for the next 60 minutes. And if that happens, amazing, fantastic. But if it doesn't, don't beat yourself up. So breathing in deeply and exhaling deeply. Maybe doing a little body scan while you focus on your breath. Where can you feel the stretching? Can you feel the body ease up on your exhale, muscles relaxing, opening up? You did the hard work already today. You showed up. Everything else, bonus. You took the time to roll out your mat or towel, or maybe you're on the carpet, and you're here. That's the step that you made. So whatever the inner critic is trying to tell you, just let it go. Say, hey man, showed up. Gently release your wrist and the crossing of the ankles. And walk yourself back to the center. Taking the arms down and breathing here for just a moment. Let it go. So when you're ready, please meet me. We're gonna go into a wide-legged child's pose. So we're gonna take the big toes touching and take the knees out wide as possible. If you wanna sit on top of a blanket or pillow so that the heels and buttocks are closer together, you can. Otherwise, you just sit down on your heels and you gently start to walk yourself forward. And before you lay down, we're going to take the right arm and cross it under the left. And we're going to land on our shoulder and on the right side of our face. If that feels very uncomfortable, you can take a blanket, place it under your head, fold it a couple of times, make a little pillow, or of course you can take a brick so you elevate the floor a little bit closer to you. Then, if you're comfortable, you can take your left arm and cross it either over your back or grab hold of the right hip. We're just going to breathe here for a moment. So different connection to the mat now, and see how this feels. The face on whatever material it's laying. Maybe some opening through the groin, or release in the lower back. Breathing in deeply. Exhale tension, any stress. Calming down the nervous system. As you breathe in, try to expand your lower belly, and as you exhale, try to contract the belly button towards the spine. So we're trying to stimulate the vagus nerve. Which can help us come out of fight or flight mode and move into rest and digest. Contrasting what we might think, fight or flight mode in itself is not bad. It's a survival mechanism that we have, and it has been proven very useful. If you think about prehistoric times, we definitely needed it then. And still, it helps us to be safe in certain situations. The problem arises when the fight or flight or freeze mode won't stop in the body. And then we can start to experience all psychosomatic problems. Release your left arm. Place it next to your face. Push into the left arm. Unwind your right arm and just come into a wide-legged child's pose for a moment. Forehead resting onto the mat. Tension, thoughts trickling out of the forehead into the earth, into the ground. Feel the connection of the palms of your hands. And then slowly walk yourself up a little. Slide your left arm through till you land on the shoulder, on the face. If it feels uncomfortable, you can of course keep the right arm alongside the body, either stretched out or with a little bend in the elbow, or alternatively you take your right arm up, you bend the elbow, maybe you're just crossing it on your back, maybe that's enough, or you're grabbing hold of that left hip. See if you can inhale deeply, expanding the lower belly. Exhale, contracting. Unclench your jaw, relax your face. Even though you're stretching and you might be finding your edge, see if you can relax into the postures. So fight, flight, or freeze mode can be the result of certain traumatic experiences, and it seems that nowadays almost everyone experiences trauma to some degree. And if that tension and energy isn't released from the body, then you can experience later on all sorts of effects from that. So it's definitely worth looking in if you suffer from a lot of anxiety or depression. See if there's someone that can help you release that, either through somatic therapy or other practices. If you need more support than just a yoga class, then definitely look into that. There's no shame in getting help. Inhaling and exhaling still. Releasing your right arm, placing your hand next to your face, pushing into the right palm, gently unwind, and landing for a moment into child's pose. Gently walking yourself up to all fours, crossing your ankles behind you and rolling onto a seated position. Coming into an easy cross-legged seat. We're gonna take both hands up towards the sky, and then we're gonna take the right hand and bend the elbow. The palm is facing to the back. And we are going to bend the elbow, and then you're going to bend your left arm. Maybe you're grabbing hold of the hands behind your back, like so. I'll turn around quickly. Maybe you can grab hold of the hands, or maybe your hands are wide apart. You want to grab onto your shirt, or maybe you have a strap or a blanket close by, and you can place those in between. Or alternatively, you're just holding the hands like this. So see where you are today. We're gonna inhale, open the chest a little bit, and maybe you say, geez, this is a lot. Then you stay here. Otherwise, you can start to gently fold forward. We won't be here for too long. You can take the feet out a little bit further so they're a bit more diamond shaped, so you can also feel a little bit of stretch maybe in the groin area. Breathing here. So see where you are and listen to that. Don't force yourself. Don't push yourself beyond your edge. Inhaling and exhaling. Remember to keep your awareness on the breath. Inhale slowly, slowly. Make your way up. Release your left arm. Release your right arm. Maybe give it a little shake, shake. Roll your shoulders a few times. Nice. Maybe you want to change the cross of your legs. We're going to take both arms up. We're going to take the left arm down. Palm faces the back of your room. Bend it at the elbow. Where else would you bend it? And then you bend your right arm. See if you can grab hold of your fingers. It's not to say that if you can grab hold of your fingers, you excel in yoga. Wherever you can grab hold, it's perfect. So let go of that expectation or achievement. It's all good. So grabbing hold maybe of a strap, maybe of your shirt, or maybe the hands are just moving towards one another. Maybe that's enough. And if you feel this a lot and you're comfortable like this, you stay here. You can take the feet out a little bit, so it's a little bit more diamond shape again. You can inhale, open up the chest, look up for a moment, and then exhale, start to fold in, moving forward. So when I move forward, I lose a little bit of the grip of my hands. They're a little bit less tight, and it's really more the fingertips touching on this side. So that's all good. Breathing in and out. Relax, surrender. Maybe you want to tell yourself that you're safe. You're held. And if at any point the posture is too much, you can always come out. Yes, we're trying to find stillness, but that doesn't mean that you have to go beyond your edge. We're trying to find our edge and balance on it, yeah, not go beyond your edge. Breathing. Gently, gently start to make your way up. Stretch out the right arm. Remove the left from behind. Give it a little shake. Roll your shoulders. See what you need. If you want to, you can cross your left and grab hold of it with your right for a moment. Give it a little bit of love. Do it on the other side. Nice. So you can either stay in a comfortably cross-legged position, or if you want to, you can sit on top of your legs for the next one. We are going to come into eagle arms. So we're going to take our arms wide out to the side, open up that chest, and then we're going to cross the right under the left. So when you've done that, you can cross the arms. Now, if you have very tight shoulders, you can just grab hold of your shoulders and stay here. Maybe that's enough, feel super comfortable. Otherwise, you're gonna see if you can fold the arms together. Maybe you're grabbing maybe the palms are touching, so the backs of your palms, or maybe you can cross a little bit further and you can grab hold of the inside of your left arm. We're gonna inhale, make sure that you're not rounding through the spine too much. I'm gonna sit sideways so you can see it from 2 different perspectives. Keep the shoulders a little bit down, so away from the ears. Taking the elbows up for a moment, see what that does. And then taking them down. Nice, bring the hands towards your face. And then we're gonna round, see if you can fold over. And stop where you feel that too much. Breathing. Beautiful. Make sure that the heels and the buttocks stay connected if you're on top of your legs. Opening through the shoulders. Inhale, slowly coming up. Nice. Release the arms and give them a little shake, shake. Maybe roll the shoulders a few times. And if you want, again, crossing over one side, the other side. Beautiful. Then we're going to inhale, take the arms out wide, open through that chest. And this time we're going to cross left on the right. Am I saying that correctly? Yeah, okay, sorry. You're going to inhale first, shoulders come up. And again, remember, maybe you're just holding on to your shoulders, giving yourself a good hug. If the shoulders are very tight, see if you can keep the shoulders away from the ears and the shoulder blades are separating, so you're creating space here. Otherwise, you can have the palms touching or you're grabbing hold of that right thumb or palm now. The shoulders are down, the elbows are down, the palm is moving towards your face. And then see if you can start to roll down, fold forward again. And see where that takes you. Inhale, gently coming up. Releasing your arms. Shaking, rotating shoulders. Maybe crossing again. We're gonna make our way laying down on the front of our body. So find your way there. So we're gonna take our right arm and cross it under our face, really. If you want to, again, grab maybe a blanket or a pillow if it's uncomfortable to lay on your face. So you can then grab your left shoulder. Your left arm can go out either straight, or if you want to, you can face the palm up and then bend it and move it again towards your right hand. If you feel a lot of compression in the shoulder or your arm starts to go tingly, place something under the shoulder here. Relax the lower body. The feet are out, separated, somewhat wide. Maybe even finding the edges of your mat. And it feels a little bit as if you're giving yourself a hug. Maybe you're closing the eyes. If it's uncomfortable to lay on the front side, you can also lay on a blanket there. So see where you feel compression. Really nice. Keep breathing, relaxing. See if you can really feel your belly pushing into the earth when you inhale. And the whole backline of your body is rising. And then as you exhale, you're drooping down, getting heavy, sinking into the floor. Then you release your left arm if it was holding your right. You push into the palm. And you just land for a moment in between with your palms crossing under your forehead. And you're just laying down. I can't do it because of the microphone. You're just laying down here for a moment. You then come back up a little bit, crossing that left arm under. And maybe on this side you want to find that pillow, blanket, brick. So the palm can be facing down, or you grab hold of that right shoulder. Your left arm is either out straight, right arm is either out straight, or you're bending it, maybe grabbing hold of your left hand. Wherever you are, relax. Unclenching your jaw, removing the frown between the eyebrows. See this as if you're giving yourself a hug. Maybe your left hand is really pushing into the shoulder, or massaging the space between the shoulder blades a little bit. Letting go of that grasp that you're trying so hard to hold on to things. Exhale that tension away. Gently releasing your right hand, placing it next to your face, pushing into your palm, and then landing back onto those hands, under the forehead. Let it go. So we're going to take the right arm out straight to the side. Palm is facing down. And we're going to take our left hand, place it next to your face, and push into that left. So you're rolling onto the right shoulder. You can take the left foot and place it onto the mat. Maybe you need something like you can see here, my neck is sort of hovering. If that's uncomfortable, find a blanket again, place a little pillow. Alternatively, you can just relax your face down if that's okay with your neck. And then we're going to take our left hand, either leave it there if this is already a lot, or alternatively, you can take your left arm up towards the sky and then place it back. Maybe even grabbing hold of that right arm. See where you are today. We won't be here for too long. So breathe in gently. And exhale. Gently roll back onto your center, placing your left foot down again. Then taking your right arm down. Taking your hands under your forehead for little pulse, little rebound. Then taking the left arm out straight. Placing your right hand next to your face. So you're laying down on the left side of your face. And then you start to push in to the right hand. Placing your right foot onto the mat. And breathing here. Maybe taking that right hand up and over. Breathing here for a moment. If it's a lot, say I'm safe, I surrender. Placing your right hand next to your face again, rolling onto the front side, so removing the right leg, straightening it out. Gently, gently, placing hands below the forehead. Let yourself get really heavy. Releasing. Give yourself permission. If this is a super comfortable position and you want to stay in it for longer, I totally understand, and please feel free to do so. Alternatively, you're going to roll onto your back. I'm just going to turn around, otherwise you can't see it that well. You can just roll onto your back. You're going to place your feet onto the mat, bending the knees. And just for a couple of rounds, you can have the palms facing upwards alongside the body. You're going to inhale and then exhale. Drop your knees towards the left. Look over towards the right. Inhale back to the center. And exhale, drop them to the right. Look over to the left. And do that on your own pace. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhale up. And exhale the other way. Windshield wiping. Make it conscious, this movement. So feel the feet changing their position on the mat. Feel the hips pulling and stretching. Feel the torso rotating and the neck. Really conscious the sensations. if you sometimes have trouble with a busy mind, feeling those sensations, so for instance, focusing on your feet on the mat right now, can maybe help you become a little bit more present, out of the mind into the now. Not the past, not the future, not ruminating or being anxious of what's ahead. Right now, your feet are moving. And how does that feel? Really feel. And when you feel ready, maybe you want to go for a couple more rounds. Otherwise, when you feel ready, you can bend the knees towards the chest. Grab hold of both of them. Maybe your face comes up towards the knees. And give yourself a big, big hug. And then when you're ready, release everything. Straighten the legs. Arms alongside the body. Palms facing up. Maybe you want to walk your shoulder blades towards one another a little bit so your chest falls nice and open. You want to release your jaw, your feet. Sometimes it helps me by bringing the big toes together for a moment, and then I release them. And then my legs are nice and heavy. Relax the skin of your face, around the eyes, the forehead, between the brows. Let your tongue drop to the back of your mouth. Let your shoulders be heavy. Your arms, your abdomen, your legs, everything. Just let it go. We'll be in this Shavasana for a few minutes because we'll be moving into a meditation. However, feel free to pause this recording. And if you're watching it live, see what feels good for you today. Listen to your body. If it needs a long Shavasana, then do that. Maybe you need to micro-release on every exhale, the shoulders, the face. Just let it go every time. When you are ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just gently, small movements, take your time. No rush. And then we're going to take our hands overhead. Give yourself a big stretch. Hug the knees in towards the chest. And roll onto your right hand side. Beautiful. Take a moment here. This space in between. When you're ready, coming to a comfortably seated position. If you want to do the meditation lying down, of course, feel free to do that. Keep your eyes closed, or if you want to have them open, that's also possible to meditate with your eyes open. Just make sure that you focus on one point in your room. Spine is nice and straight. The hands are laying anywhere on your legs, knees, lap, with the palms facing upwards today, open and upwards. So breathing in very deeply into the body. See if you can expand your lower belly on your inhale, stimulating the vagus nerve as I mentioned earlier, but also making sure that we're not breathing upwards. So sometimes we breathe up with the chest, and that's also a signal of the stress to the body. If you want to, you can for a moment place your hands either on your ribs or on your belly and see if you can really breathe into that space. So you're expanding sideways with the ribs and outwards with the belly on the inhale. And on the exhale, you're contracting. Now you can place your palms back onto the legs with the palms facing upwards. And keep that breathing sensation. And while you focus on breathing in deeply into the body, on the exhale, see if you can really connect and root down into your sits bones, really grounding yourself into the floor. And if you want to, you can even visualize roots growing out of the spine all the way into the ground, into the earth, connecting you, grounding you. Now for a moment on your inhale, I'm going to ask you to make fists. So you inhale, you're clenching and you're making fists so tight, really tight until your knuckles are white. And then on your exhale, release and feel your body relax. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, everything tight, clenching, fists so strong, your whole body is tense. And then exhale, release, let it go. 1 more time. Inhale, hold on. See how this feels, this tension in your bodies when you're trying to grasp, hold on, force. When you're trying forcefully to hold on to something, exhale, let it go. And see how that relaxation feels in the body. Now sometimes mentally we're doing that grasping. We're so forcefully trying to hold on to something, a situation, an outcome. We're not letting life run its course. Whereas when you let go and you feel that relaxation in your body, opening the palms, letting life happen. And it can be super scary to let go, because we think when we hold on that we control, that we can influence the outcome. Maybe to a degree, but at what cost? Whereas when you relax and you lean back, trust the process, trust that whatever is meant to be will be. And it doesn't mean that you have to sit back and do nothing. There's still things such as free will, making an effort. But the grasping of the outcome or the forcing, that's what takes its toll on us. So next time when you're in that situation or in a situation where you feel that happen, see if you can mentally or even practice it physically, let go, unclench your fists. You can think about the analogy where you grab a handful of sand. If you squeeze into the sand, it will slip out of your hands in between your fingers. Whereas if you were to hold the sand on the palm of your hand, it probably stays there. Maybe there comes a little gush of wind and some blows off, but you get the point. So breathing in deeply, and on every exhale, let go. Let go. Lean back. Whatever is meant to be will be. You can take your hands to the heart center and bow your head towards your heart. Finding a compliment for yourself today. Maybe it's simply, I showed up for today's practice. Maybe it's something else that you want to find, that you want to say to yourself. When you've done that, you can release the hands. I want to take a moment to share this. Of course, I don't know when you'll be watching this replay. However, right now, in this current time, the COVID crisis in India is very bad. And I want to invite you to maybe look into seeing if you can support them in any way, maybe through COVID release funds. If you Google that, it's very easy to find ways to help them, because of course we share this beautiful practice which has its roots in India. It feels only right to make sure that we don't turn a blind eye to what's happening there, and make sure that we support them in whatever way is possible for us personally. So really see if you can do anything. And otherwise, I want to thank you for sharing your practice with us today. I hope you have a beautiful day or evening whenever you're watching this, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye.